One of the things that we see happening out there is we see a lot of people kind of overpricing their home, and that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But in the very rare instance that home sells, okay, or goes into pending, doesn't sell, goes into pending, Matt, and the buyer has FHA, okay, 3.5% down program.
Yep.
Okay. That FHA program, something funny happens with the appraisal, right?
So, first of all,
if it doesn't appraise,
FHA buyers are a major component of the market of buyers, the demographic of buyers out there.
I'm going to say half of our buyers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always shooting for my buyers to, if I look at my monthly loans, I want 60% of them to be about FHA. Not that I want them to be FHA.
That's a normal thing.
But that's the normal average.
60%.
60 and then 40% is conventional.
Okay.
A lot of those times of people buying multiple. They're many houses. They're upgrading. They've already bought a house before. But anyways, so FHA is a major component. Like, you need to be able to make your property marketable to FHA buyers, because they're a huge percentage of the potential buyers on the market. So with that being said, once you accept an FHA buyer's offer, they do an appraisal.
Mm-hmm.
The appraisal, there's a case number that's assigned to the property and to the buyer.
Yep.
So each property can only have one FHA buyer assigned to it. Mm-hmm. That case number associates those two, and each buyer can only have one FHA loan at a time.
Okay.
So that's why the case number is there, to make sure that when the FHA does an appraisal on the house, there's not any other buyer that's trying to do an FHA appraisal, and that that buyer that paid for that appraisal isn't an FHA buyer in another house.
Makes sense.
Just one property, one buyer. That's the way that it goes.
Sure.
That case number sticks with the property for 12 months, I think. So
Okay.
So and I might not be exactly sure on that time frame. I think it's 12 months.
Yeah.
It might be 6.
I think it's actually, it might be 6.
It might be 6. Anyways, there's a length of time that case number is assigned with that buyer.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if you were to, say if you're overpriced on the house,
mm-hmm.
and the buyer puts an offer and they accept that price, and then they do the appraisal, and the appraisal comes in lower than what you're under contract on.
Yep.
It doesn't. You're not doing yourself any justice by not lowering that price to that value of that house, to that appraisal, because once you let go of that buyer, another buyer could come in, and the appraiser that's going to appraise the property for that buyer is going to see what happened there, and they're going to see the value that was associated with that house. So you're never going to get out from underneath that. You're always going to be, unless you do a convention, you just say no FHA buyers at all.
Yeah.
And you only accept conventional financing, then the appraiser's not going to see the case number.
Yeah, but you're leaving out a huge part of the market. So again, basically, just to sum it up, let's just say if your house is on the market for like $225 and you end up selling it, for, let's say, $230, you had a bid war. Right, $230 to $235, and the home comes back and appraises at $220, right? That appraisal sticks under the FHA terms for 6 months, and any other buyer using FHA financing is going to see that, and the home will not appraise for higher than that. So.
Right.